I'm Miss Minnie Wikström and I work as a family therapist in Stockholm. Different things that I didn't expect come out of the setting or the staging, which gave me more different inputs than I could get if I would be, telling the story from my point of view, because then everyone would be colored or affected by my fantasies instead of being very much open. It's sort of happening there. Nobody's directing it. Someone does something, turns away, and someone responds to that turning, and a lot of things happen, and it's an experience that moves everyone in the room, I think. So it's very fun doing this as a supervision method, I think, because it gives you something on a physical or an emotional level, which is sort of surpasses the mental, the brain in a way, the intellect. We also developed a thing that Elisabet calls drawing, where we draw on a whiteboard, and the person who has a family draws the family or draws a picture of a situation without any words. Same thing, you can't explain. So it's a very systemic way of thinking about people. You can sort of draw people that are in Africa or in other countries. They are over there on the side of the board, or they can come closer or go away. And yeah, it's a very including way of processing a family system, I think, and yourself as part of the system. It's something about looking at something, like getting a perspective, that I think is very helpful. And a perspective that isn't about facts, but is more about the actual situation and the emotions and the energy in the situation. Because that's what we work with every day in a way, I think. So it's you have to be alive and spontaneous to work with therapy, and I think both drawing and live staging is good ways of becoming more alive and more sort of awaken the inner child or the playfulness and creativity that we need as therapists.
Hello, I'm Kristin. I work as a family therapist in Stockholm, Sweden. I get grasp of things that I didn't know, and these things aren't so special or strange. It's just that I can't see them if I don't get to know them in another way than words. And I'm also very fond of that it's not telling me what to think. It's kind of democratic, or it's up to me. It's no one else telling me what to do, or what to think, or it's very open, an existential way of how to be, finding your feelings or finding other ways to express life, actually.
Hi, my name is Carlos. I work as a family therapist in Stockholm, Sweden. I really like it. I think there are a lot of components of it that I like. Sort of I see it as a mixture of things, a way of combining feelings and movement and thoughts, and all this happens at the same time. When we do live staging, it feels like it just happens like that. All of a sudden you have another idea, or you get another thought, or you feelings are so strong, and things just happen faster than in just talk there. It's something new to let feelings sort of flow, and everyone can be a part of it. The people that do it, the people that set it up, and then the people that watch. It happens. Something happens with yourself when you see this, when you experience this. I think it's a good way to let yourself go, to put your guard down when you're doing this. You don't have to be so analytical and so thoughtful. You just let yourself go, and put yourself in place of others. I think that's healthy.
Hi, my name is Bridget. I work at Siderengen, which is an institution taking care of moms, dads and young children in need of treatment or evaluation. What do you call it? Assessments.
And I'm Tina. I'm working at the same place.
It took a while for me to get used to it. The first time I think, what is this? What's happening?
In the beginning,
Yeah.
I felt very
I didn't
ridiculous
get it. Yeah.
standing there, and I didn't really know what to do, and I was occupied by thinking, who am I
Yeah.
in this life
Yeah.
stage? But now, that's not the question anymore.
No.
It's
I think it took
going on.
about 3 or 4 times for me before I get kind of awakening and wow feeling it. What happened to me then? That was quite exciting.
I carry it with me, and
Yeah,
sometimes it
yeah.
takes a day or two before that
Comprehend,
was what
yeah,
happened.
Yeah.
Next staging.
Yeah.
And I think it also do a lot of things to the group.
Yeah.
To do this is to open your feelings and to do this in a
And
safety
offering
way,
parts
and
of it.
also with very small things. I think
Yeah.
it's happened things between me and the families, just that I have been in this feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
In the life staging,
Yeah.
I have another approach. It
Yeah.
doesn't change things and see what's happened
Yeah.
and
sometimes that gives us the courage to do that in real life when we come back.
yes, and to try to change in the little, and that
Yeah.
would change the whole.
You feel a security in you. You have acted it out here in some way.
Yes, we work with families, and one of us is always the child,
Mm.
and that's a way to focus on the child's feelings and how it is to be a child in
The
different
child
situations.
perspective in the
Yes,
situation,
and that feeling is very strong when you are a child.
Powerful.
You can really feel vulnerable
Yeah, the vulnerability.
in a situation that people comes too close and wants too much or touch you or
Fighting about you.
or you just look
Yeah.
at legs or something. It's and these kind of feelings is so strong,
Yeah.
and it helps us to keep the focus on the child's
On the child,
situation.
situation.
Yes, the parents too.
Yeah.
Sometimes these
Yeah.
parents could annoy you very much. You get
Mm.
frustrated and
Yeah.
sometimes angry because they do such
They do
crazy
what they
things
do,
to the
yeah,
children. To take their position in this life stage and make things happen in
A
you. You
deeper-
could really feel
Yeah, a deeper understanding for the parents
Yes.
of where they come from and what
yes,
has been,
the sadness or
what have been
how
done.
frightened they
Yeah.
are.
One of the advantages with this kind of supervision is that it's possible to be a big group like we are. We are 15, 16 people in the group. And
yes,
it's-
and everyone get involved, and everyone is being seen and listened to.
yeah, and participating.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to, because if you just talk about it and someone says something
Yeah.
about your family
Yeah.
and that you should try
You're
this
getting
sort
in,
of,
yeah.
yes, you get in this position that
Yeah.
it's my family, I
Yeah.
know, and
Don't come here and have any ideas. I know what.
yes,
yeah.
but in this way, it's
It's
out
not-
of prestige.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
everyone
have
is
to prove
trying all the
anything,
time,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're trying this together.
Yeah. It's magic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's some kind of magic,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun. I think
Yeah.
we laugh a lot.
We laugh a lot.
And
Yeah.
that's what we need in this work.
Yeah.
I'm Varja and I'm a social worker. So live staging, there is one way to be connected to parts in your own mind and awareness that you don't reach if you're talking about things. The most beautiful with live staging is that you are really getting in contact with something that you very clearly can see as a reality. Even if it is not so easy to explain this reality. And maybe that's also the point, not explaining. The brain is working so hard to try to understand life as you always understand. I often meet people who are traumatized or confused, sad, and even happy, of course. And there are a lot of people from foreign countries, and that's not possible for me to think out what's right or wrong in their lives. But if I use live staging, then I can. I feel that I have an inner connection with the people, that where the language doesn't. It's not necessary. With live staging, I can get in contact with levels that's passing beyond language. Because of the speechlessness in live staging, I don't have to argue with people. And I don't feel about myself anymore that I have to know what's wrong with people or what's... I don't have to understand it. Every time have been giving me new information, wider information. I feel that we have been more open-minded to each other, more sensitive to each other. It's been more and more easy to be vulnerable in the situation, and more professionally amongst each other also. We are listening more and understanding more. I think we have been more caretaking. You can also see the humor, the comic in everything. And laughing together is also a way to bring all thoughts and all feelings and all ideas just getting away, and open new ways, open new doors to new dimensions to understand. It often makes us laugh, but never without respect for the situation. It's always embedded in the respect. And somewhere I think it's a little bit magic. And that's in my point of view, that is one aspect of love, because the method is so clear and not demanding, and it's not telling you easy ways out or telling you what's right or wrong, or it's a little bit magic, and I think it's good to have it that way.